All right, we are looking at triangles today. We've already looked at parallelograms and now we're looking at triangles. So, well, what is a triangle? You could say it's something that has three sides. Often an equilateral triangle will have three equal sides and also three equal angles. You could say its angles add up to 180 degrees. There's lots of ways to define a triangle. But when we are looking at area, all that blue area that's shaded in, we are looking at specifically that it is half of a parallelogram. You want to watch that again? A little animation. Look at that. So here's an equal triangle. Flip it upside down, squish it together, you get a parallelogram. Now if we go back, parallelogram can be base times height, and we find out all the area. So if it is half a parallelogram, that might give you a clue as to how we're going to find out the area of a triangle. Here's another one, just for example. You can see even a triangle that's smushed like that makes a parallelogram when doubled and flipped upside down. Now a right triangle like this, if I flip it upside down, this one's actually not going to make a parallelogram. It's going to make a rectangle. Now rectangle's formula is length times width, which is very, very similar to the parallelogram formula, which is base times height. So, area of a triangle. I'm trying to find out how many little squares are inside of my triangle. All my square centimeters, where are they? How many do I have? Count them, count them, count them. Now if I have to write down this equation, I always have to write down my formula first. It's not rightly done if I don't write down my formula. And the formula for a triangle is area equals base times height all divided by 2. Now notice base times height is in brackets there. Now that means that I have to do that first in my order of operations. And this makes sense because base times height is a parallelogram. Let me go back. Here's my parallelogram. If I did base times height, I would get too much area. This would be too big. So what I need to do is I need to divide it by 2. And then I get only my triangle. Let's go back here. So area equals the base times the height, our parallelogram, all divided by 2. So I plug in my numbers. My base is 6 and my height is 4. So I'm going to plug in 6 and 4. Area equals 6 times 4 in brackets, all divided by 2. 6 times 4 is 24. I've done my brackets. Now I can move on to the next step, which is divide by 2, meaning that area equals 12 centimeters squared. Okay. Make sure that you fill out each step nicely, adding your brackets, adding your divide by 2. We're all divided by 2, and make sure you include your formula and that your units will always be a squared unit, so squared centimeters or kilometers squared, inches squared. Awesome. Thanks.